Hold your head up, it's kasi sesifigile. The time is now today. Kuzoba mnandi, the feeling's getting stronger. The world is yours to play. It's the 100.
Hello, Halloween, Sanibonani. Welcome to the 100% Talk Show. It is another day and it is another episode that we are giving to you with love from us. So welcome, my name is Tembeka Vilani. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I would love to give a huge thank you to Udu Ngubane from Do Confidence Designs. Now you know which I only look this good if Udu Ngubane is involved. And you can also look good as well from Udu Ngubane over at Umkumbane Entrepreneurial Center. Yes, she is over there. If you want a custom-made outfit for yourself or to buy an outfit that's already made, she is over at Umkumbane. You can go over there. And I would love to thank Isimodeni Creations for these amazing jewelry pieces. Now again, Isimodeni Creations does custom make jewelry items, but they also do have items for sale as well. So why don't you go to www.isimodeni.co.za and get yourself a beautiful custom made piece as well. And I would love to give a huge thank you to the Durban Botanical Gardens that have hosted us today. Thank you so much once again, Durban Botanical Gardens, for opening your doors and becoming our home for today. The Durban Botanical Gardens is the oldest surviving botanical gardens in the southern hemisphere. So if you haven't been here and you live like eThekwini, what have you been waiting for? Also, they do have conference facilities where you can host your conferences, your weddings, whatever kind of meeting that you want in a safe and regulated way. So without any further ado, I would love to introduce today's guest, right? So he is a medical doctor that is practicing over at Prince Mshiyeni Hospital. Who am I talking about? I am talking about Dr. Minenhle Sithole. Hello, Doc. How are you doing? I'm good. Thank you. Dr. Sithole, Jobe.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure. We're going to talk about something very topical right now. You know, we are facing this pandemic, COVID-19, you know, and we're now being right there on the front lines. That should be an interesting one. But before we get there, please, can you tell us about yourself? Tell us about your upbringing. Where do you come from? Who are you? Tell us about Uyam Jobe.
Okay. My name is Minenhle Sithole. I'm from Ladysmith. I'm Nambiti. Did my primary high school there, and then I went from Ladysmith to UKZN in Durban, Nelson Mandela School of Medicine. So I did my CCA degree there. I graduated. We didn't have a graduation because of COVID-19,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
So I've never been to a graduation ceremony, but I passed in time. Yeah, yeah. And then from there, I applied at Prince Mshiyeni Hospital, Umlazi. I'm working there. I'm currently doing my second year internship.
I want to know with regards to medicine, is it something that you've always wanted to do?
With medicine, I think it's always something I wanted to do. As a child, like you remember, I used to play like almost you know, sidlala imoto as kids. You know, I always had that passion, you know, like curiosity to do medicine. So I think it's something that I had when I was still young, and then it came something other inspiration came in, like my mother got sick. That motivated me to do more, to pursue medicine.
Right.
I've never regretted any day, even though it's too much right now. There's a lot we do, like calls, it's hectic, it's crazy, and I think we're the bad ones. We had a bad luck per se, because we came in this
coming
time,
into
you know, whereby we were challenged whether you were called for this or you were not called for this, because it was hectic. I won't lie to you, especially during the second wave. It was bad, you know, like patient load, it was a lot. So we're not even coping. Some of the doctors collapsed at work, post-call.
But I want to go a little bit back before even COVID-19 reached our shores. Back in like this end of 2019, you know, we could hear it was like China and like other parts of the world. So what was the mood and the atmosphere like in the medical sphere right here in South Africa around that time, even before COVID hit?
I think we've got like infectious disease specialists. At that time, I think I was doing peds, so we've got a doctor there who was like preparing us of this virus. So we were already practicing like social distancing there and then especially the mask. she was like teaching us how to wear the PPE, all those things. She was kind of preparing us before it hits in South Africa. So I think on our side we were prepared, even though we were not prepared for such extensive disease in the country.
Did you feel adequately prepared?
I think the death rate, we were not prepared for that. The pressure of patients, we were not prepared for that, because we human nature will tell you, will say, okay, this thing is still like China, USA, Italy.
So we still good.
We were not expecting it in that much sense as in China and USA. I remember I used to check daily stats in USA, Italy, seeing their toll rates are high, and then in South Africa we're still chilled. I was no, it won't come. So we're not prepared for the death toll rates.
And so in the beginning, I know it was panic. What is it that you actually do? What were some of the beginning methods that you used to use?
So we were some antibiotics that were given, so antibiotics, some steroids, depending each patient was categorized into what category are you? Do you need oxygen? Do you not need oxygen? Can you quarantine at home? Do you need admission? How do you respond? Because some of the patients, they need higher flow rates of oxygen. There's some support system which is called CPAP. That's higher grade. So it was
higher grade oxygen.
Yeah, higher grade oxygen, I can say. So what we're a category patient. And baby panic, and then they would come with shortness of breath, and once you're bigger, everything sets. This person is fine, but because
it's
of
just
pain, because of uktuka.
And so kunina, as the medical practitioners, what was the level of uktuka kunina?
Me personally, I would say angangithukile, because it's a new thing. And you're seeing this death toll rates in Italy and USA, so I think we were scared, especially I remember when we had our first cases at work, there were some arguments who's going to swap the patient, who's going to take specimens from the patient. Everyone was scared. What if I get this thing, while I'm taking the specimen? Because we didn't have AMA cases initially. We had those patients who are coming in with shortness of breath, fatigue, sore throat, loss of taste, loss of smell, and then that's a suspected case. And then to take that sample, because you're directly involved with COVID, we're keeper so if you don't follow PPE, but human nature, it's the fear economy. It's about okay, I'm a high risk, diabetes, hypertension, all people, and then okay, we kind of safe.
Sure. Did you ever go into a depressive state? This is so overwhelming. What are we going to do about this?
Not really a depressive state, but fatigue. You'll get tired because you'll stand. Every patient will take about 30 minutes or 45 minutes, because you have a lot to do for each patient. Because all of them they're the same, shortness of breath. They need oxygen, they need blood, gases. All of them they need a lot of attention. So, and already you already seeing this one, 2 are waiting for you. So you fatigue, not depression per se. And fatigue, katala, exhaustion, mentally and physically.
I was about to ask, with mental exhaustion as well.
Too much. It been I remember this other day. I was coming in the morning at the medical emergency where these patients come in initially. So I was seeing a queue of relatives waiting for the BI forms. BI forms are the forms that we issue so that Home Affairs can issue a death certificate. So I was seeing a queue. I was this is not nice to see. Queue waiting for forms to be filled, and you feel 5 go back inside because others in bad condition, bad state, you have to assist, help. So it was a lot, and you have to comfort someone. I'm sorry about this. I remember this other lady. She was gonna have a wedding the next weekend, and mom passed away during the week. So you see, you involved with those things. Now I'm tired, physically and mentally, and I need to comfort this one. It was a lot.
And what was your source of strength in this time?
I think during this time it was God. The church was very supportive. Also my fiance was very supportive. Yeah, but we were supporting each other because we were both in the same field. Yeah, but I think the source of strength was the Lord.
Well, let's get into the vaccine.
Yeah.
Have you been vaccinated?
Not as yet. By choice.
Oh,
But
okay.
for sure I'll get it, but not now, for sure. But I'm still gonna get it. for
Sure. But what are your thoughts around the vaccine?
It's still a study, they say. So it's part of the study. They're still doing the study, still in the phases. So I've been like looking at the videos. So I'm not sure. Like the professors, they've been discussing all these things. So there's a probability of protection. There's a probability of non-protection of non-protection. So it's still part of the study. It's not like a vaccine per se, whereby it will protect you against the clinical disease of COVID-19. They say you must still get it because after getting the vaccine, you have to still wear the mask. You know, so it's a study, it's a phase. So I said no, I'll wait for now. I'll get it later.
Until the dust settles.
Until the dust settles, yeah.
Then you'll get it later.
Yeah. Many of my colleagues, we are worried, like many of my friends, even like many at the hospital, haven't got the vaccine because our hospital was just like the site of the vaccination site. Yeah, well, so it was there. Like, so it's just a walk.
For you to get for
but
the safety.
many of our colleagues, they like were very skeptical about it because like human nature is still there. Yeah, but no one understands like fully COVID-19. Still being analyzed, all these things. Yeah, but so I wasn't ready myself to get the vaccine. Not on the side effects, because I think the side effects were minor. Like my colleagues were off for one day, like fever, fatigue, headache, all those things, minor things. Yeah, and they said if you're getting all those symptoms, it means your body is responding to the vaccine.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you know what's my biggest worry, Dr. Minenhle, is that it's the future side effects.
Yeah, future side effects.
That we actually don't have any.
We don't have any info about it. The side effect profile of the vaccine. We don't have like how long, how it's gonna be in the next like 1 year, 2 years. You know, that's also my concerns and my colleagues' concerns.
And so, but let's just track back a little bit. We're going to go back. I want to talk a little bit more about the vaccine. But just like the waking up, going to work, you know, knowing that, you know, this is what you are going to face every day. Take us through that. How was that?
I think initially I was very scared about. But I think I've adapted to the virus and it's there. Because once I've just told myself, I won't only get it at the hospital, but I can get it outside at the mall, gym. So I think I adapted. But initially it was difficult, even to swab patients, because that's what the most difficult thing to do, because we're taking out.
And where do you swab? In the mouth?
No, in the nose.
Oh, in the nose.
Go in the nose, back at the pharynx.
Yeah.
So you swap there. So that every department there's a room allocated. So initially it was difficult, but as it's an adapter, I said, so this is what it is. We just have to live with this. It's part of our environment, just like TB.
Right. And now there are talks of a third wave.
Yeah,
right.
Third wave. We might experience a third wave, because even the second wave, it was announced like a third wave. Because they're able to study for sure, like I'm an epidemiologist, they're able to study, look at some statistics, the trends of things, how they happen. I think we might have a third wave because especially, super spreader events are still occurring. Especially like weddings, funerals. Some of the churches as well. They're not adhering to this. COVID-19 protocols, clubs, havens, even the videos you can see on social media, they're still involved in. So these super spreader events, they're still occurring, and the precautions are seriously. So that wave might hit.
Imminent.
It's imminent, something that can hit.
And I mean, with all of that, not taking precautions, working in a hospital that is Elokshini. What has been the attitude of our mates around this?
You know, like the patient will come in not wearing a mask at all. They'll tell you I don't have a mask though. And you'll just imagine shooting came all the way from wherever section Umlazi, and then with no mask, understand? And you are about attitude and response. They're not taking this thing seriously. That's why we might have even third wave. And even if they have a mask, they won't cover their nose. yabo ufike umuntu eveze lana just omunye akhwehlela even yabo abangene yabo abanye but they do take ama precautions seriously, especially abantu abadala. Youth I think are troublesome because they think they're not high risk per se, but I've seen youth like abantu abancane dying yabo from COVID.
Yeah. And I don't know, this is obviously not a proven statistical fact, but I've heard that the third wave will really affect people younger and younger, even children maybe.
Yeah, basho kanjalo. Yeah, khona abasho kanjalo. But we don't know about, because maybe that's maybe a new variant, we don't know.
So maybe give us some best practices game, Dr. Minenhle. So here I am, Gisekaya, and I suspect, or maybe I even know for sure, would have got COVID, and I'm later. What are some of the things that I can do and take and things like that to make my situation better?
You can buy yourself film Punjana, set monitoring. I think it clicks they have.
Okay, so now you can do like a self-test.
Yeah, self-test. Like to check your sets, how much, like to check your breathing, like who's with breathing. At least you should be above 95. And we can self-isolate, but you can also get like vitamin C, zinc at home, vitamin D as well, and then take some precautions again. If nabantu abadala, like I need to avoid testing with them. But I think it would ideally test the so make sure it's excluding COVID. Because they panic a lot, and then abantu need to second it tastes like
sure, and then you have phantom symptoms.
Because even panic, changes of breath, because of your panic. Abantu abaningi they feel okay, once I have COVID, I'm gonna die. Because we just see my patients ethi umuntu awumade ne-COVID, uba ne-COVID isolated, but ngizwa ngana sikhonte khona. Uthi uyabheka umuntu right. But just but uzoyenza i-test so that umuntu azoba right even psychologically.
And so, Doc, can you explain to us what is COVID, right? What is the thing that does? What happens? What is it? Like, what is the thing that happens inside of you? Okay, yeah.
It's a virus. So we're taller, touching with Mshiyeni, like especially on surfaces where anything like that. So that's why we're wearing a mask, because we can so it's going to affect your respiratory system, so my lungs. That's where it strikes the most. So
what does it do when it goes into?
So I can say maybe it's your lungs. So understand. It affects my lungs. So there's so many things about the end. Mati, it's in like collections of like fluid about in your lungs, and then that's why I want to respond to oxygen because connected to my alveoli like my lungs, whereby this gases exchange oxygen in carbon dioxide out.
Right.
So while my secretions.
Okay, and so that process doesn't happen now.
And then but it's clots, like you're gonna have clots. I remember this other thing I read whereby when some postmortems where they like clots about
blood clots.
Like blood clots, right. Like just blood in the lungs. So it's a virus, it affects your lungs. That's why they can't breathe. The first thing is shortness of breath, because your lungs are affected. So they infected with the virus.
So how does it change now from one variant to another?
Okay, I'm not a virologist per se.
Okay.
Such things even I don't understand because I'm a virologist who discovered those things. Okay, there's the new variant. What's how, where, and it changes. But I'm a virologist, they do change. Even in bacteria, they do change. All these organisms, they do change.
So you never had COVID?
I've never had COVID. I once tested because I was absent at work. So they said there was a protocol whereby you were absent to test before they take you.
Because where were you when you were absent?
I'm sure. So I've never had COVID. I've had symptoms, like flu. I told myself for sure it's normal flu.
Because the flu is still there as well.
The flu is still there. And then it faded away. And if you have any symptoms, go to your doctor, GP. Or you can go to your local clinic or hospital. Some of the clinics now they're doing like tests, and I heard there's some sites where I remember Mega Citimon, they were doing like COVID tests, like swabs. I need to get that info as well, where like around your location where they're doing the COVID test. You can go to your nearest place and then do the COVID test. So I think that is around COVID-19. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. If you're feeling sick, go to the healthcare quickly, see your doctor, wear a mask even if you're sick. Even the people who you're coming with, make sure that they're wearing a mask, all those things. Yeah.
Right. So which are some of the most, like, I would say, in inverted commas, dangerous comorbidities
Okay, like
you need to look out for?
diabetes. I've seen most of the patients who are having diabetes suffering from COVID, hypertension as well, high BMIs, those people who are big. So those are the most comorbidities, and then you can get like even asthma.
About BMI. Wow,
BMI,
that's
BMI,
interesting. Yeah.
BMI, and then like asthma. If you like have TB, any other lung diseases.
Actually, all we just gym.
Gym.
Hey, gym. Sit down, Thank you so much, Dr. Minenhle. This has been absolutely amazing. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you so much for coming through, because at the end of the day, I think it is just information. And all the best, and we wish you well for your marriage.
Oh, thanks.
You know. And thank you to you too, eThekwini. Thank you so very much for joining the 100% Talk Show each and every time. The most important thing that you need to do is click that subscribe button right there at the bottom of your screen. Click that subscribe button so you can see this and many other episodes coming your way. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon and click all so that you can see all of the episodes and you can be notified of them. And do continue with your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes, and please do share this information. Do share this episode with your friends and family. Do them a favor. And so until next time, this has been the 100% Talk Show, where we give you 100% talk because you are 100% real people. My name is Tembeka Vilani, and remember, I love you so much, but God loves you more. Mwah.